After weeks upon weeks upon weeks of putting out trades for Sableye V, I finally assembled the deck, and I am hyped to get into the deck profile and some gameplay with Sableye Inteleon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the deck profile. Before we get started talking about the cards in this deck, just want to remind you guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and once you've subscribed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos when they're uploaded on Mondays and Thursdays. Subscribing to the channel really helps me out. I like to see some more subscribers on the channel. Drop me a comment, let me know what you think of this deck, and how do you think it works against other cards in the format. Do you like Sableye V? Do you like this usage of Inteleon? Anything TCG related, drop it in the comments down below. I read all of them, and I love to hear from you guys. Alright, so let's get started with Sableye and Inteleon. I am hyped for this deck list because I've been trying to make Sableye work for a long time. When I first saw it in Sword and Shield, I was like, dang, Crazy Claws does a lot of damage. But at the time, there wasn't really a good way to make it work because your only good way to place those damage counters was Zigazgoon, and at the time we didn't really have Scoop Up Net. But now we have Rapid Strike Inteleon, which makes the deck work a lot better. One thing I want to put out, a little disclaimer, I have had some trouble obtaining Inteleon. It's a lot harder to get than those Sableye V, so I do only have one copy right now. Ideally, you'd probably want 2 or 3 of him, but I do only have one, which is kind of unfortunate. So I have substituted the other placements that you would have with Rapid Strike Inteleon with the Shady Doings Inteleon. Okay, let's start with Sableye V to get a better understanding of our main attacker. 170 HP, Dark type. Not a ton of HP, but we do play some Pokemon tools to fix that. Lug Search puts a trainer card from our discard pile into our hand. Not the best attack, not the worst either. It could help us set up some combos, who knows. Crazy Claws costs 2 dark energy and does 10 damage plus 60 more for every damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So if you get 5 damage counters on there, which honestly isn't hard to do in this deck, you can dish out 310 damage. In addition to the 50, it's going to KO pretty much anything in the format. So Crazy Claws can dish out a lot of damage, and Sableye is going to be our main attack for the deck. We have the Inteleon Evolution Chain, which you're probably very familiar with Rapid Strike Sableye, 4 copies of Drizzle, so we can use Shady Doings to find trainer cards, 2 copies of the Shady Doings Inteleon, and 1 copy of Rapid Strike Inteleon. As I mentioned, not my first choice of Inteleons to end off the chain, but it's what I have, so I gotta work with it. Then we run 3 copies of Inteleon and Zigazgoon. You might play a lower count of this if you had more of the Rapid Strike Inteleon. This is kind of my little twist on the deck because I don't have all the cards I need for this. I don't have all those Inteleon I'd like to have, so I have a little higher count of Zigazgoon. But I think having a higher count of Zigazgoon is good because you can only activate the quick shooting ability on an Inteleon once per turn. Obviously, you have multiple in play, you can activate multiple, but it's kind of hard sometimes to get multiple Inteleons set up, so it's good to have Zigazgoon in here, place some more damage counters, and it also allows us to use Scoop Up Net with him for some sweet combos. And then we have 1 copy of Crobat V if at any time we need to draw some cards with Dark Asset. For the trainer cards, let's start with the supporters. We have 4 Boss. Let's start with the supporters. We have 4 Professor's Research, so we can discard our hand, draw 7. 4 copies of Marnie's, so we can refresh our hand and disrupt our opponent's hand. 3 Boss's Orders. Sometimes Sableye just doesn't have enough to take out the opponent's active Pokemon, so we can boss up something that is within range if we need to. We have 1 copy of Raihan. Sableye does get knocked out a little bit easier, and sometimes we need to get that second energy on quick so we can use Crazy Claws. So Raihan does work well in a pinch, and we do play 1 copy of him. Moving on to the item cards, we have 2 Evo Incense to go find our Inteleon. We have 3 Level Ball. This works great in this deck because we can find Zigazgoon, Sableye, and Drizzle with it. 4 copies of Quick Ball so we can find all our basic Pokemon, mainly Sableye V. We have 3 copies of Scoop Up Net, obviously used for Galarian Zigazgoon, but it could also be used in the Inteleon Evolution Chain, so you can reset those Shady Doings and use them again. 2 copies of Switch, not a ton of switching and air balloons needed in here because we do play Hiding Darkness Energy, which is basically air balloon. 4 copies of Turbo Patch. So the main problem I saw with this deck when I was building it was Crazy Claws requires 2 copies of Darkness Energy. And we're probably going to need to load up the Sableye V relatively quick. So I went with a Turbo Patch kind of engine so I can accelerate Dark Energy, hopefully onto Sableye V. Then we play 2 copies of Cape of Toughness, so this adds a little bit more HP to Sableye V because it doesn't have a lot for Pokemon V. We have 2 copies of Hiding Darkness Energy and 7 copies of Dark Energy. Alright, so that's the deck profile. Now let's get into some gameplay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with our gameplay. Sableye and Inteleon, get to call it a coin flip. Let's go with heads. Hey, we won. Let's go first. Always a good play of this deck to go first. Looks like we got some solos. That's good. Not a lot of other great cards though, unless we top deck something good. I would like a quick ball. That would be nice. A good quick ball. Looks like Noivern V is the deck we're playing against. Alright, don't really want to attach that energy there, so because it is Hiding Dark Energy, I would like to attach that to Sableye. So we're just gonna chill here for a second, see what they do. Looks like they have a quick ball. And they're discarding an escape rope to go find probably another Noivern. Or a Beetle. Alright, or Beetle Noivern deck. Interesting. Haven't seen this card a lot. Another quick ball. And it's Cosmog, so probably going for that Lunala chain. I believe I see what it. Oh, so we're getting Marnied. Not wild about this hand. There were some things we could do with it, but I am a-okay with being Marnied. Well, actually I'm not, because this is a even worse hand. Please allow us to top deck, like a research or a quick ball. That would be lovely. I would like that if you could allow us to top deck something good. And it's a level ball. Hey, that saves us. Alright, so we are going to level ball for the Drizz Boy. For the Drizz Boy, we will evolve our Sobble, and we will grab an additional level ball, which we will now use to grab another Drizzile. And then off of this, I'll probably go for the research. Yes. Let's grab our Professor's Research. Fortunately, we do have to get rid of a couple energies, but I am going to go ahead and discard these. And we get 7 new cards. Okay, still no Sableye. But we did get that Inteleon, which is good. I'm gonna lay down these Zigazgoon. Do one there. Do one there. I'm gonna throw Cape onto that. And then I'm gonna use Crobat for 3. Hey, there's the quick ball. Let's discard probably the Boss Boy here. And we'll grab Sableye. And I'll use the Turbo Patch. And hopefully get some energy going here. Hey, there's the heads. And that's our turn. Okay, so that worked out to not be a bad turn, actually. We were able to use that Crobat to help us draw some cards. So Crobat really came in clutch there. Alright, so we got Inteleon for next turn, as well as the research, so maybe next turn we'll be able to get cooking. I'd like to see maybe a couple scoop up net, potentially. Something to, I'd like off of the research to maybe get the Evo Incense for the Shady Dealings Inteleon. See a switching effect. We can get some scoop up nets. If I can get 2 scoop up nets, we can. Or, well, this only has 200, so. Okay, so all we need to do is evolve this into Inteleon, and then we can take him out with Sableye. Noivern is well within range of being KO'd. There's the Lunala. And a quick ball. Discarding Lunala for the Crobat. See, Crobat V is still a good card. Not being used as much, but it is still very good. Let's see, did he get anything good off of that draw? Did he get anything good? No, just going to do first for a big 20 all across the board. Alright, so we can evolve into Inteleon there, and then we'll just research. Wait to use that quick shoot and see what we can get off of this. Hey, there's some good cards. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. This is good. So, want a quick shoot onto there. And let's evolve here. And let's grab ourselves 2 Scoop of Net. These are going to come in handy if they evolve into an Orbeetle VMAX. And then let's switch into Sableye. And we will hit big damage with Crazy Claws. So this will dish out big 190. And that is a KO on the Noivern, which is really our only main threat. Alright, so there's a Dark Energy. We do have the Scoop Up Net. We can use that to pick up Zigzagoons, and we can play them next down. And I believe we'll be able to get the KO on Orbeetle here. Even if they do evolve into a VMAX, we can still get the KO. There's a full art Noivern V. There's that cool Professor's Research from Celebrations. Very cool. Drawing into a new hand of 7. And it's an escape rope. Let's show him Zigzagoon. I think he'll enjoy that. I think he'll think that is very cool. Zigzagoon is a cool Pokemon. Alright, and then he's gonna have the Psychic Energy. He does. So he will be able to hit for 50 on Sableye and Crobat, and then 20 everywhere else. So they are taking a little bit of damage, but we are going to use quick shooting on Noivern. We are going to scoop up Zigzagoon, bring up Sableye, play Zigzagoon down, and put a damage counter on Noivern. And then we will Crazy Claws for another knockout. 190. Alright, we are rolling. There is a Quick Ball and a Marnie. So he doesn't have much on the board right now. And I believe the only knockout he can take off of this Lunar Pain is going to be the knockout on Glory and Zigzagoon. Oh no, he won't even be able to knock out the Zigzagoon because we have a Cape of Toughness on here. Wow. Ooh, get it, Marnied. That is slightly unfortunate because we did have a pretty good hand with lots of options, but there's the boss's orders. That is good to see. And a Lunar Pain. Dishing out lots of pain indeed. But I think so. If I quick shooting, Lunala be down to 140. Ooh, I'm just 10 damage short here. Actually, we get Orbeetle. We boss up Orbeetle. And we Crazy Claws for the knockout. Hey! There it is. That was a good game. Wow. big win with Sableye V and Inteleon there. That was a good game. Lots of fun to play that deck. And hey, would you look at that, we completed a challenge as well. Boom. I don't believe I've completed a challenge in several years. Cool. Very, very cool. Hope you guys enjoyed today's deck breakdown and gameplay with the Sableye Inteleon deck. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. And once you click subscribe, make sure you click that notification bell so you get a notification when I upload new videos on Mondays and Thursdays. Also, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think of this deck. Have you been playing it, or have you been playing something else with Inteleon? I read all the comments and I love to hear from you guys. That's it for me. I will see you guys in the next video.